What's going on, everybody? Another day of school is finished, actually another week, and I've been recording in the middle of the week lately, so it's kind of giving a weird time period for me to try to figure out when to record. Get pretty busy. This week has been pretty insane though. It's Thursday afternoon and I am done for the rest of the week, so that makes it pretty nice actually, not gonna lie. I just got done with a civil procedure midterm. Like I said, all of my classes, all of your grades in your classes are determined by a final, and the final basically, that's all you get. And I have midterms in most of my classes, and it's kind of just to let you know where you're at. And sometimes I think in some of my classes, I think in torts, the way that they do it is you take the midterm and then they like grade them and then just talk about in class like what's going on, what's good, what's bad. And so it's kind of a new experience. So I guess today, a few minutes ago, you could say I just had my first law school test experience ever. It actually wasn't too bad. I felt really prepared for it. Most of it was on how to apply the federal rules of civil procedure and things like that. Felt pretty confident, and I think I knocked out the multiple choice part, which is just a tiny bit of the test, and the essay questions. Felt really good about those, so I'm not super worried. I think I'm doing pretty good. Hopefully that's going to stand true next week when we get our results back. Other than that, everything else is going well. We did an exercise in my criminal law class yesterday. We were talking about involuntary manslaughter. We've been going over different things from murder all the way down to manslaughter and different things like that. And we had to take the part of a prosecutor, and we were doing some plea bargaining, whether the person's going to go to jail or whether they're going to get probation or whatever. I thought I made a fairly good deal in my case that justice would have been served with, so hopefully that was a good exercise for me. Kind of interesting, never been on that side. It was hard to bargain the case because I kind of felt bad about what it was going on in the case anyway. It was kind of like a case where it seemed pretty legit that it was negligence and the person didn't really mean for anything to happen, and it wasn't anything that they could have foreseen, so I kind of went easy on them. Other than that, everything's going pretty well. I'm staying up on my reading, keeping up on making sure I'm prepared for class, things like that. We've been having a slew, and I can't remember if I've addressed this in any of the other videos, but lately we've been having a slew of students not prepared in class. And it's kind of, I don't know how to say it, it's disheartening in a way. I don't know. I feel like, going to law school is a huge important thing. It is for me. And I don't know. I work hard at it. I put a lot of time into it, and I try to learn it because this is huge. Like one of my professors said after we talked to another student that was not prepared in class this week, and he said, basically we're hard on you because in less than 3 years you're going to be a lawyer. You're going to be actually practicing in court or in practice, with other lawyers and things like that. So there's no time for I didn't have time to study or anything like that. You need to be prepared. You got to be on it. And at the most we have maybe a couple cases, 5-6 cases a day, and in practice you might have tons. You might be burdened down with cases. I don't know. So it's kind of sad. We actually have in our Foundations of Law class, one of the Alabama Supreme Court judges is in the class. He's actually auditing the class and taking part in it. And today we are reading the Federalist Papers lately, and one of the students was called upon to talk about that, and he wasn't prepared. he hadn't read the paperwork, and the professor could pick up on that, you know, immediately. He knew right away that the student wasn't prepared. Kind of gave him a few minutes to sweat it out, and basically asked him straight up, did he read the assignment? Was he prepared? And well, he wasn't. And for the first time in law school, I saw a student that was told to leave the class, and that was crazy. It was awkward. It was just nuts to see a student that was told, you know, you're not prepared, you need to go home, just leave. And that was crazy. And I thought it was even worse because we have a Supreme Court justice that's hanging out in our, you know, he's hanging out in our class, and the student just gets kicked out for not being prepared. And it was just like, what is going on, you know? So I don't know what to say about that. And yeah, I just wouldn't show up to class in that case. I wouldn't want to get kicked out. I mean, you know, in front of that judge, like, if he ever either practices in front of the judge or tries to get a clerkship with him or anything, it's not going to happen. And that was crazy. But we've had a slew of students that seem to not have been prepared for class, and it's just kind of odd to me. I mean, I don't know. You have to have a really hard work ethic to stay up on it. And somebody was asking me how much time I spend. I mean, on an average daily basis, I go to class, you know, I have 2 or 3 classes, and I have about 3 hours in class, or, you know, give or take a little bit, every day. So with that much time in class, I think in between classes, you know, I put in a good 3 hours of study, and when I get home, I usually get home around 4, and I study for another 3 or 4 hours every day, without exception. And there's still times where I don't think that I study enough, and I don't think I do. There's a lot more to do, but I think that I study enough, at least to understand the concepts. And that's the thing, you know, I feel like I don't need to keep killing. I don't need to kill myself. I need to keep going, of course. I'm not going to like decrease how much I study, because to me it's super important to keep studying, keep doing, you know, as good as I can, because this is important work. And I mean, I'm going to, like my professor said, in a few years I'm going to be a lawyer, and if I'm not prepared, you know, if I don't have the skills to cut it, I'm not going to cut it. And I really want to be a good lawyer wherever I want to work, which, you know, a lot of people want to work at these firms, things like that, make a lot of money and all this, and I'm kind of like, yeah, to me it's not as important to do something like that. I want to work back at the government. You know, a lot of you know that I want to work back the Internal Revenue Service Chief Counsel, or I would like to work at something like, I don't know, U.S. Attorney's Office, something like that would be where I'd want to work. So, I don't know. I want to go in there and I want to do the best I can. I don't want to sound like I can't talk. I'm just trying to think, like, what would be the best thing, you know. But I really want to do my best, and it's important to me. And I love my classmates too. That's the other thing I'm going to say. The classmates I have in law school are awesome. The people I've met are super smart, and I really enjoy their camaraderie. So it's just like my comrades, you know, at work. When I worked at the IRS, you guys are awesome, and it's the same thing. You know, we're kind of all in this together in our section, and I don't like seeing people like come to class and the teacher basically has to harass them. So I don't know. That's enough on that. I feel bad enough. I don't know who's watching this, but you know, I don't want to like single somebody out or make anybody feel bad, but at the same time, like, I take law school very seriously, and I hope hope it shows. I mean, I don't know if my family, Laura probably knows, she can probably see that I study and read a lot, a whole lot, and I really enjoy it. And that's one of the other things. I really enjoy learning about the law, and I'm really, really excited to one day be a lawyer. To me, it's super awesome to me. I don't know. Is that a stupid thing to say? Like super awesome? Does that sound kind of dumb? I don't know if it does or not. But I really love, doing this. And I hope that when finals come around that I do really well, and then it shows that I really cared and the effort was not wasted. Anyway, on to other things. Fall has started, and so the temperatures have started to decline a little bit. I guess back in Utah, it's like they're talking about it snowing in some places, and it's below 30 degrees and stuff, and it's crazy. But it's definitely noticeably cooler here and enjoyable every day. Very nice out here. And getting to see the season change is very nice. It's not like, it seems like in Utah you go from super hot to super cold. So we have like a cooling off period, I guess, down here that I haven't experienced for quite a while. And let's see. Oh, I got my custom license, or not my custom, but I got my new license plates for my car, so I don't have to get a driver's license according to the state website because I'm a full-time student, so I probably won't ever transfer my driver's license over. But my registration, everything expired this month, so I had to go get my car registered, which was crazy because here in Alabama it was like I have to get a new title for Alabama to register the car, so I had to take my title down to the office, and all they did was basically take my title, look at my driver's license, and issue me a new title and gave me my license plate. There was no, okay, here's your safety inspection. There was no, let's do emissions or anything like that. It was like, give us $50, ta-da, here's your new license plate, and you'll get a new title, a new official title in the mail. I was like, this is so weird. You go, when you live out west and you have to go through emissions and all that, it's like a completely different thing. And here it is, it was like basically like, just give us money and you'll get your license plate. So to me, that was kind of funny. I'm actually going to get custom license plates, so I'll post those on Facebook once I actually get them. I'm trying to figure out which ones I want. I got it narrowed down. There's a cool wildlife one that I want. Also kind of considering a Faulkner University one, since that's where I go to school. So we'll see. We'll see which one I go with. I'll let you know for sure. And Laura's doing very well. I think she's acclimating better because it's cooling off, of course. I think that's helping. Football's going well. Ravens are playing well, and of course, it's always exciting being down here in SEC country. And let's see, what about Tom Brady being benched? I just got to get that in there, a little jab. If you haven't got that, I'm going to be doing a brisket this weekend. Like I've been telling you guys, my barbecue skills that I thought I had have like quadrupled or more, tenfold better food. So I'm sure my mom is going to be super excited when she comes down the next time she comes and visits, because she's going to get some barbecue that'll be way better than anything I've even ever made. I'm continually amazed, like the improvements that I've made in just a short amount of time. So I'm super excited about that. Super excited about law school. I mean, I know it sounds stupid, I don't know, but I really love law school. But if there's anything I can say, if you're ever interested in being a student of the law, it's to prepare to read, prepare to prepare. And those are the most important things I can tell you. Just be ready and have a good work ethic and just give your all, because it's only 3 years and you've got to give all that you've got to it, or you're not going to get it as good as you could. That sounded kind of weird. Anyway, that's about all I have for this week. So thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying the videos. I changed it up again, recording in the car this week using my GoPro. And if you want to crank the resolution all the way up, I got it at 2.7K for you. Hopefully you enjoy that.